Hey friends, it's Augie. Welcome to another edition of Augie's Running Club. It's Tuesday. It's Turned Up Tuesday. Another great run in store for you today. So let's get this thing moving. Gonna go ahead and start my treadmill, kick off the tunes, and we will be off and running. So if you're doing this indoors on a treadmill like me, or even if you're following along outside, today we're doing a tempo run. So you're gonna be best off if you can be somewhere where you're doing the bulk of the run on pretty flat ground, so no inclines or anything like that, no hills. That would just throw a whole big new wrench into the workout. The workout's hard enough as is, so just a little bit of heads up on that as we're getting into our warm-up here. So what you always want to start with is a bit of a just brisk walk as I practice my speech for the day. Brisk walk just to get that blood pumping. I don't know about you guys, but I've been sitting doing work most of the day so far today, and just got to loosen up a little bit here before we really start to work. But if you are here for the first time, welcome. Glad you made it. What you're listening to or even watching is a follow-along podcast that I put together and offer to the world Monday through Friday during the week, where every single one of these runs is just a different workout routine that focuses on helping you get stronger, healthier, faster. If you're one of those people out there who likes to run races or has these bucket list items of things that you want to try to prepare for, this can definitely help you out along that pathway as well. But ultimately, trying to create something here that feels supportive, offering you guidance, inspiration, to give you everything you need to make your running better and hopefully your life and your overall wellness and fitness better as well. So the way these things work is that each day is a different routine. Every run starts out exactly the same way. So this first 10 minutes, we're just going to get warmed up. The last 5 minutes of the workout is our cool down. And it's the 30 minutes in between where things get really interesting. So today is what I call Turned Up Tuesday. You'll hear as we get into the workout a lot of up-tempo dance music. It's energetic, it's a lot of fun. But what we do on Tuesdays is called a tempo run or a tempo workout. And it's all about building both your speed and your endurance, being able to run at a higher level of intensity for a long extended period of time. So if you're the kind of person who's training for 10Ks or half marathons or marathons, and you're really wanting to focus on how can I set my new PR, tempo runs are a crucial element of your overall training game plan. If you're a person who's not into that at all, but you just want to continue to get healthier, stronger, feel better, tempo runs are a great way to boost your overall endurance. It's still a interval-based type of workout. You'll see that in a second. But it's kind of flipping what most people are used to when it comes to intervals. It's much longer blocks of time in which we're running at a pretty high intensity, which again just allows you to be able to run harder for longer. So if you're just kind of getting into your running routine or just starting, just know that you can start exactly with where you are. The whole focus is to get into your level of intensity during these blocks that I lead you through, and just keep getting better and better every single day, every single week that you come and join the club. So I'm just going at a brisk walk here, and what I want you to do as we go through the warm-up is just kind of steadily start to increase that pace without doing anything too aggressive quite yet. And we're almost into our first 5 minutes. At the 5-minute mark, what I'm going to begin to do is get into what I call my level 2 zone. So right now is kind of level 1. I describe 5 different intensity levels throughout each one of these workouts. Level 1 being kind of what we're doing right now. That's like super low intensity, what I call recovery pace. Level 5 on the opposite end of the spectrum is really probably the fastest you can possibly run, pretty close to your maximum effort. And then you've got the 3 levels everywhere in between. So level 2 is the next level we're going to get to. And then that's what I call easy pace. Level 3 is somewhere in the middle. That's called steady. Level 4 is hard, where we're going to spend a lot of time in level 4 today. Today's a tough workout, but it's going to be worth it. And then level 5 is that pace that we'll get to maybe a couple times during the program each week, but it's a place that we stay away from because once you get there, it's really hard on your body. It takes a lot of time to recover from that. So the bulk of these workouts, we're going to be spending most of our time somewhere between level 2 and level 4. So let me give you a little bit more background. I'm going to start to increase my pace so much that I'm actually going to be jogging here. Really want to make sure I get warmed up today, especially because in 5 minutes we're going to go into our first tempo, and the intensity really creeps up on you. All right, that's feeling pretty good. I don't know about you, but I had a workout yesterday on top of the run, a resistance workout, a leg day workout. Oh man, my legs are hurting today. But I'm gonna be careful while still getting a really good workout in. So today's tempo run will be a little bit different than what we did last week. A little bit easier on the body, easier on the legs, but still focused on getting a lot of that time in level 4 zone. So you hear me talking about these intensity levels a lot. And what you're gonna see here in a second, if you're watching the podcast and you're doing this indoors on a treadmill, if you're outside and you've only got the audio version, I'll definitely explain what I'm talking about as well. But what you see right now in the video version of the pod is I'm sharing my screen in a program that I do all of my indoor training in, which is called Zwift. So Zwift is like running in these virtual worlds. What you see on my screen is my avatar. So I run on the treadmill, I move on the treadmill, it moves my person in the game. I can run with people all around the world, but the thing I use it most for is it gives me a really nice visual to track which zone I'm in. So if you look at my screen in the top left corner, that's my heart rate. So that green color corresponds with level 2 easy pace zone. That's exactly where I want to be right now. And as we start to get into the core of the workout, we're going to see how those colors change. So if you're joining me and you're following along to this podcast and you're doing it indoors on a treadmill, definitely run it from the video because you'll be able to get so much out of it. If you're interested, go check out Zwift as well. It's a totally free game right now, the running version, and it's an awesome way to be able to get all of this information right in front of you, and it makes treadmill running a heck of a lot more interesting as well. If you're running outside, your options will look a little bit different. The easiest way to make sure that you're staying in the right zones is by using a heart rate monitor. So if you have an Apple Watch, a Garmin watch, any of these others, you can use your own heart rate to correspond to the different zones that I'm going to be guiding you throughout the workout. So if you don't know what your heart rate zones are, there are some easy sources online to be able to go and figure out what it is based on your age, etc. Or if you have one of these special tools that calculates those zones automatically, either through phone apps or even directly on the watch itself, that can definitely come in handy. But even if you don't have any of these things, so you're not doing this indoors, you're keeping it simple, you don't have access to something like Zwift, you don't have a heart rate monitor, what I want you to do is really just use your breath as your monitor. So right now we're in level 2, verging on level 3. So what you should sound like when we're at this level is you should be able to have a nice, easy conversation with yourself or someone that you are out running with. You've heard the term conversational pace potentially. That's what this is all about. Running at a level of intensity where you can speak really clearly. That's what these levels are. So level 2, even into level 3, that's what you should sound like. You'll have a little bit of heavier breathing, but nothing that stops you from having that conversation. As you get into level 4, your sentences turn into broken sentences. Your body's working really hard. Your breathing becomes really, really heavy. It's really hard to have that kind of conversation. So that's how you'll know that you're creeping into that hard level 4 zone. Once you hit level 5, you'll know you're there because you can't talk hardly at all. You'll be able to spit out words, but not many, because you're just struggling to get any oxygen you can. So for the core of today's workout, the way it's going to work is we're going to start a 6-minute block in level 4. We're gonna have a 2-minute break right after. And we're gonna do that a total of 4 times. So in about 5 seconds, I'm gonna pick up my pace, pick up my intensity, and start to work my way into level 4. Here we go. Turns Up Tuesday. And like I said, we're doing 4 of these 6-minute blocks. So it's gonna take you a little bit of time to get into level 4. Don't have to just rip the Band-Aid off all at once, but give yourself time to get there. And if you're using your breath as a guide, you can also use my breathing as a guide as well. So you'll be able to hear me. I'm doing this run the exact same way I want you to do it. So you'll hear me, my breath, and my microphone. Especially as it becomes heavier, you're gonna hear it. And that's what you should try to emulate. Oh man, these legs are tender. So I'm slowly increasing my intensity by increasing my speed on my treadmill, just so I can continue to push towards that level 4 zone. If you're watching, you'll see, you'll know I'm there because my heart rate will get into that, go from yellow to orange. We're almost halfway through this first block. You should be getting pretty close to that level 4 zone. So today we're breaking the tempo workout into 4 separate parts. Just makes it a little bit more manageable. Eventually, we want to train our bodies to get to the point where we can run that entire 30-minute block at the same level of intensity, really build up that endurance. You can hear my breath starting to really struggle to catch my breath. All right, I just hit level 4 zone. You got 10 seconds left, and then you get 2 minutes to recover. 3, 2, 1. Okay, slow it down. You only got 2 minutes here, so we gotta be efficient, catching our breath. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, right here. Heart rate should be coming down. You should find yourself starting to slow your breath. If you're struggling to catch your breath, you need to slow down a little bit more. Our goal is to be able to get down in this little recovery back down into level 2 zone before we hit it again. So if you're checking out my video, you'll see my heart rate now is back down into that green zone. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So that was one interval. That was our first block. We're doing that 4 more times. Sorry, 3 more times, 4 times total. And that's how we're doing this. We're training our bodies to be able to perform at that higher level of intensity. And eventually you start to put these blocks together into one long block. That's how we're gonna really improve that overall endurance. So in 15 seconds, we're going right back to it. Not a long break at all. But if you just got into that level 4 zone last time, I want you to try to spend at least half of the time there this go around. So here we go. Hopefully those legs are nice and warmed up now. Let's go. Should be into your level 4 by now. Okay, you're halfway through that block. 3 more minutes, here we go. Keep that intensity steady, especially if you're running outside. You're the one to control. But just keep pushing yourself. One more minute left in this block. You're right there. Ten seconds, finish it out strong. Three, two, one, recover. Nice work. Okay, deep breath. If you're having trouble catching your breath, take a few more of those. Take as many as you need. Allow that heart to slow down. Get your recovery, because in another minute, we're going right back to it. Got 2 more of those. I know you got it in you. I'm sore, I'm hurting. Legs feel like jello, but we're still showing up, putting the work in, listening to our bodies. Of course, I would never encourage you to do something if you feel like you're gonna get hurt, but it's that wisdom to know the difference. When to push yourself, when to overcome that little mental obstacle, and when to know to back it off. Only you can decide that. Whew. Hey, got back down to level 2 over here on my side. And in about 5 seconds, it's that time again. I know 2 minutes goes by fast. Here we go. This time, a little bit more time in level 4. If you spent half the block in level 4 last time, see if you can get a little bit more. This is how you're gonna get faster. This is how you're gonna run for longer. You're halfway through. You're 1 minute out. Ten seconds. Finish strong. Three, two, one. Woo! Whatever you need to do, get that heart rate down. Just keep moving, even if you're moving slow. Deep breath. There you go. How you feeling? You just crushed 3 of those. I'm not gonna lie to you, we got one more, and it's gonna be the hardest one of the day. It's really gonna suck, but that's what this training is all about. Getting to that point where you feel the pain, you feel the discomfort. You don't feel injury. If you're injured, you gotta stop. But the discomfort, the pain is something different. You feel it, you realize it's there, and that just lodges in your mind. You recognize that in the end, oh, that wasn't so bad. And I pushed myself to this new place that I didn't know I could get to. And the next time you show up, you're gonna be just a little bit better as a result. So we got less than 30 seconds. We got one more 6-minute block. Give me a deep breath right here. Okay. Gotta dig deep. Pull it all out. We're doing this together. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Don't worry, the music will kick in. That slow build up. Now you're feeling it. Let's go. Should be into level 4 by now. Just get into your groove. Halfway. You only got 1 minute left. Dig deep right here. You're right there. Finish strong with me. Come on. 10 seconds. Three, two, one. Recovery. Deep breath in. Another one. Nice work. You just crushed it. Whew. Man, that was a butt kicker. Start to progressively slow yourself down. Definitely keep moving. The warm down, cool down, critically important. You just worked really, really hard. You gotta allow your heart, your body overall just to kind of reset, catch your breath, get that oxygen flowing again. Make sure you're not overdoing it. If you're watching the video version of the pod, you probably saw in that last block, I turned it up a little bit at the end, and you saw my heart rate zone turn red. That's getting into level 5. That's the only time it happened on that workout. And with this particular routine, that's about the most that I would ever recommend you get. You know, if you're doing that every single block, that's gonna be really, really difficult to recover from. That's why these zones are so important. So just make sure there is no competition here. It's all about you and where you are. You know, don't compare to my heart rate. Don't compare to my pace or how far I just went during this workout. Doesn't matter. It's all about you training your body, starting with the level that your body's at, and continuous improvement. That's all we're gonna focus on with every single one of these runs. So, Turns Up Tuesday is probably our second most intense workout of the week. Might even be number one. When you really stop to think about how long you're running at a pretty intense pace, it's really definitely the most endurance focused workout that we have of the week. So it's gonna take some time to recover from this. But if you feel ready, if you feel like your body is ready to recover well and come do some active recovery, tomorrow's run, we're right back at it. On Wednesdays, knowing that we're coming off this really intense workout, we do pretty low intensity hill repeats. So it allows us to kind of slow our body down a little bit since we're running uphill naturally. But we're just kind of focusing on building that power in our lower body, upper body too, but it's kind of just a different change of pace, change of feel, and allows your legs to get a nice little break in if you want something a little bit more active. For the rest of the week, Thursday is our traditional interval day. It's called Throwdown Thursday. Gets really intense. That's where we spend the most of our time of any workout in that level 5 zone. So come prepared for something that's gonna kick your butt. And then on Friday, we go into the weekend with a traditional recovery run, which is super low intensity, focusing on just, again, active recovery, being grateful for all the hard work we just put in over the week. So if you enjoyed today and you're up for it, definitely come join me again tomorrow. We'll have a run ready to go for you first thing in the morning, right when you wake up. You'll find it in all the major podcast channels, social media channels. You've got video, you've got audio if you want to take it outside, whatever works for you. It's all about you and getting better from where you are. Last thing I'll say, if you enjoyed this, imagine how much more fun it'll be when we get more of our friends, family, loved ones, community members joining us in this overall movement. So please, next time you come, next time you listen or watch, bring a friend. Have them run it with you. You guys can sync up, do the exact same workout at the same time. So until we meet again, thank you again. Thanks for your effort. Thanks for your intensity. And I'll see you on the next run. Peace.